What's up, guys? It's Rich back with another Gray Zone Warfare video for you guys today. We're going to talk about the best endgame armors you can get in the game right now. We're going to be in a new spot recording today. I decided to go for the green tent. As you can tell, we try and go for a new spot every video. Hopefully these videos have been helping you out, guys, and hopefully you do enjoy this one. Let's get into it. Let's talk about some of the best armors you can get in the game, the different types and the different materials, and what you should be looking for in each of the armors. Also, if you want to come by and support the live stream tonight, Friday, May 17th at 7 p.m. Eastern time, we got a subathon 24-hour stream going. We got some awesome community stuff coming out with some account giveaways for Gray Zone Warfare. We got a supporter edition giveaway and some standard ones. We're going to be doing Steam gift card giveaways and some awesome community stuff. So make sure you swing on by the live stream tonight at 7 p.m. EST. I'll see you guys there. And other than that, let's get to the video. All right, guys. So the first thing I want to go over is going to be the armor material. So I did some research and I did some understanding as far as what each protection material is and what it's going to do, the benefits and the cons, kind of just the real world purposes, which kind of translate semi into the game, but at least this gives you a base understanding. Some people may have some more information in the comments, as the community has been super helpful with providing awesome information, but this is the base understanding I got from it, and then I want to go over it with you guys because it might help you guys out in your gameplay. The first one on the left being steel. Steel is actually the most common type of plate, but the benefit of this plate is going to be the fact that it can withstand multiple bullets to the same exact spot, which is super duper awesome and super helpful. In most cases, you'll be able to get shot again in the same spot, and it reduces blunt force trauma. The issue with steel being as strong as it is, because it's obviously steel and it's known for being very strong and a very durable material, is it's heavy. As you can tell in all three of these plates that I have in front of you right now, the steel one is the heaviest. So your mobility is going to be the most limited and it's going to weigh you down the most. The issue with steel as well in real life application is it can cause a bullet to shatter into multiple different pieces and create fragments and shrapnel that can affect you in other parts of your body. So with that being said, steel is really good for protection against blunt force trauma and protecting you overall with the best protection against the bigger bullets. So steel is really good, but the negatives of it is the fact that it will weigh you down, and in real life situations, it might cause a fraction or shrapnel to break apart and then damage you in other areas. However, in the game, I don't believe there's any shrapnel damage right now, so you can't really have to worry about that. If a bullet hits you, that the shrapnel will break apart and hit you in other areas. So steel is a really good alternative to run. However, just remember that it is heavy and it will be the slowest on you. I personally don't run steel ammo, steel armor, because just I feel like mobility is really important in most shooters. So steel, while it is a really good option for overall protection, it doesn't seem like it's the best option for terms of movements. PE armor for short, which is UHMWPE, is one of the better armors as well. It's the actual lightest armor compared to plates in terms of the weight, as you can tell. So the Recon Plate Carrier, which is a tier 3 plus, which is the best armor class you can get in the game, is the lightest. The benefit of UHMWPE, which I'm going to call PE for short, is the weight, obviously. So your mobility is boosted, so you have the ability to move around quicker and have less ergonomic weigh down due to your armor. So the PE is going to be really good for those players that like to move fast, keep themselves moving in a gunfight, and want to make sure they're as best protected as they can be without making sure that their movement is affected by their armor. Another thing about PE to note in real world application, and obviously in-game application, it can only support or protect you up to tier 3 bullets. So things higher than that will actually penetrate this armor. So it's not as strong as steel, and it can't really necessarily take... It can take more shots than ceramic to the same area, but I wouldn't say it can take as much as steel can. So that's kind of a trade-off you're getting there. So it's more protection in the same spot if you get repeatedly shot in the same spot than ceramic, but it's not as strong as steel. So it's kind of in between there. And the next thing about that is the fact that if you are in hot temperatures, this applies more to real life, of course. The PE armor actually tends to be a little bit weaker because it can actually be affected by the high temperatures and high heat, which is why armed forces that use it overseas, from what I understand, in desert areas and stuff like that, this actually affects the effectiveness of the plate. So that is what I wanted to tell you about PE, and that is, I personally run this. Well, I'll mention I personally run the Recon Plate Carrier. That's my favorite go-to, just because of the movement just because of the fact that it affects your movement the least out of any of them, and it's really efficient at protecting me for the most part. I do die sometimes to the chest anyway, to just bigger bullets, and it just happens. Error. One of the AI will just head tap me. There's some of the trade-offs you have to have in the game, but it's kind of you're picking your poison, right? So do you want movement? Do you want protection? or what do you want to balance of the two? And that's kind of where ceramic comes into play. The next one I want to talk about is ceramic. Ceramic is actually the median in between PE and steel. It is heavier than PE, but lighter than steel. It's really good at protecting against bullets, better than PE is in terms of the caliber and the bigger bullets. So it will protect you a little bit better. However, the trade off with ceramic is the fact that it is not good at protecting you in the same area. What that means is if you get shot twice in the same area, that second bullet is going to be more likely to penetrate you and crack the armor even further than an armor like PE or steel. So ceramic is really good at maybe that first shot protection and you being able to survive that, which is really important. Don't underestimate the fact that it's only protecting you from maybe the first shot in that one area, because the ability to survive that first shot will give you the reaction time you need to be able to now engage in a gunfight. Because if you have a weaker armor, maybe something like PE, if you get shot first in that chest area with a really good bullet, you might go down right away and not even have a chance to fight back. So I feel like a lot of people overlook that because they hear the fact that, oh, it's only really good at first round protection. Well, first round protection might save you your life in a bunch of different situations. So the M2 is by far my second favorite, obviously, because it's tier 3 plus as well. So it's the second best or it's the best armor class you can get in the game, excuse me. But it is my second favorite vest. So it's kind of a way down as well because it's almost 8.3 kilos, and I run to be light as possible when I'm moving around out there. But once again, this all comes down to your personal playstyle. If you prefer sitting there and kind of waiting a little bit more and not as versatile with your movement, maybe steel's a play for you because you're not really worrying about the movement penalties. If not, then if you're trying to run around and move a little bit quicker, then PE might be more beneficial for you. If you're more interested as well in something in between with first round protection, then ceramic. Ceramic is really good for that case. So that's the 3 armor types that you can get in game. I kind of wanted to go over them. All right, guys. So briefly to touch on the helmets part of things, the main thing I want to discuss here is the Aramid and then the PE. So those are the main 2 helmet types you can see with the endgame armor. This one is a helmet that you can farm from the higher tier enemies. This one I got here specifically from Tiger Bay Mole. You can tell the protection level is 3A plus compared to 3A, which is going to be a better off protection level in terms of the types of bullets it can protect you against. But the main thing to notice here is the protection material. So this Aramid wasn't in the vest that we went over, but the PE was. The PE, as we know, is a lighter, more versatile material. And as you can tell, the kilograms 1.1 versus 1.6 kilos in the 2 differences of Aramid versus PE. Now, PE is going to be more versatile and more movement, but it's gonna be a little bit weaker in terms of the protection that it'll give you against calibers. One, it's obviously a lighter, more versatile type of armor, so they can't really add as much protection and layers of thickness like you can with the Aramid. And additionally, it does in real life situations suffer from that same thing that the armor was, which was high heat situations kind of make it deform and morph a little bit, so it kind of affects the protection levels as well. Aramid as well, it is a little bit stronger, 1.6 kilos. It is a little bit heavier, so more movement penalties. However, you might be able to survive a little bit longer than you did with a 3A, with a 3A plus in terms of calibers of bullets. However, at the same time, the fact if you get shot in the head, you're kind of playing a luck game, protecting from a ricochet or hoping that your helmet does eat one of the bullets. But rare situations, or most of the time, you'll end up actually just getting head dinked in the front of the face, and your helmet won't do anything to protect you from that. But in the off chance, if you want to have the best protection going forward, I personally rock the 3A plus because it's a better protection level, and you're getting the Aramid protection from it. So that's my opinion. That's my thoughts. The main kit I run most of the time, this is what I have, the RPC for movement, and then the AMP1 because I farmed a couple of these off Tiger Bay enemies. So that's my kit right there that I rock, and then obviously I use the big bag, the Delta bag. I do have some of the M2s I can wear as well. Now this is the ceramic one, which I mentioned, but my personal preference is this combo right here you see in front of you. That's my thoughts. That's what I recommend as the best end game. Hopefully, best end game armor. And hopefully some of the information that I provided you was helpful. And if anybody else has some more additional insight, they can always drop it in the comments and we'll pin that information for you guys. So make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you catch me live streaming over on Twitch, guys, as well. Like I mentioned, that subathon we have going on. But make sure you guys also hop into Discord because we have an awesome, ever-growing community there. And we will keep the videos pumping and keep informative content coming out for you guys. If this helped you out, guys, make sure you drop that like and drop that sub. And I'll catch you guys later. Thank you for watching. Peace.